Hey, yo! What up, dudes, and welcome to episode 4 of Tarkov for Dummies. Alright, in episode 3, we did our first PMC raid. We learned how to load out our character, how to modify slightly a gun, get into a raid. We ran through woods, and we unlocked Jaeger and completed that quest, which is great. So now we have all of our traders unlocked, and we're ready for the next step. So let's hop over to the game, and the first thing we do when we get in game is we just do a quick trader review, make sure we have all our quests accepted. There's nothing new, nothing crazy happened. There is nothing new, nothing crazy did happen. But now we have Jaeger, and we talked about yesterday this task for Jaeger to go grocery shopping, and so that is our goal for today. But we do that, and also I recommend the first time you log in for the day, also just check on your hideout. See if there's anything you can do, ready for upgrade. There isn't for us, we know that already, but we do have our shopping list as well for hideout upgrade items. So as I just mentioned, today's goal is going to be to do this task for Jaeger because it's pretty straightforward. It's just find some food. And so to do that, we're going to go into Interchange, which is great for when you need random items. There's a lot of loot on this map. It's kind of a pain in the ass of a map though. So let's go to our wiki and we're going to see what that map looks like. So as always, we jump into Google, EFT Wiki Interchange, click the first one, and we are going to look at this map here. Now this map looks a little bit daunting when you first open it up. Don't be discouraged. We're gonna go over it. Because Interchange is a multi-level map, there's a parking garage underneath the mall. There is the first floor of the mall, and there's the second floor of the mall. And then there's outside the mall. Interchange is just a big mall. So on the top left here, this is the exterior of the mall. There isn't a whole lot going on in the exterior of the mall. Most of the action happens inside the mall. However, later on, probably next episode, we'll talk about Interchange stash runs, which is one of my favorite things to do for an easy money run, top up, get some random items and get out kind of thing. We'll talk about that in episode 5 because that's something I personally love. I don't know how many people like it. I kind of like it. You get in and out 10 minutes. You can hit like 12 stashes. So we'll go over stashes in episode 5, but just a little preview there for you. On the bottom left, which my camera is partially covering, but it's not that big of a deal, is the parking lot. Parking garage, I should say, that's underneath the mall. There's only a couple of quest items down there. There's an expensive exfil. You need a key card to access it, but we don't spend too much time in the garage unless you're trying to avoid people for the most part. And then there's the mall. Let's start with the second floor because the second floor is a little easier. The second floor is only this middle portion. There is nothing in this bottom green portion or this top blue portion. It's just this middle portion. There's the tech stores up here. A lot of money to be made on the second floor. We are going to be avoiding the second floor right now. A lot of people will rush the second floor because down here in this bottom left corner is Tech Light. It's one of the tech stores that can spawn very high value items like graphics cards and things like that. And then directly across from it is the Ultra Medical Room, which requires a key. It's a very expensive key. It's usually around 1,000,000 rubles, depending when you get it in the wipe. And in there, you get the high value medical items like LEDX, ophthalmoscopes, defibrillators, things like that. And the other thing is when you go down these stairs right here, directly underneath both of those really high level rooms is Techno, which is another tech store. So you have those high value items. And then right around the corner is Rasmussen, which is another tech store. So this bottom left corner between the first and second floors is a really high traffic area for PvP and for people rushing for high value items. So we want to avoid that early on unless we really need to. But Interchange is great because it's a mall and we have a shopping list. It's perfect. So down here on the first floor is Ollie in this green. Ollie is like it's like a hardware store basically. So a lot of your anything that looks like a hardware item, they make out of a toolbox or like a Lowe's or something like that, or I don't know, wherever you live in the world that is a hardware store. That's what Ollie is. There are also a bunch of computers in here, but we're not going to worry about computers. We will do an episode of a loot run on Interchange, but that's, I think, a little more down the line. We're not too worried about money right now. So that's your hardware store. Up here at the top in the blue is Idea, and that is a spinoff of IKEA. So it's a furniture store. There isn't a whole lot going in Idea in general as far as loot, except for this top middle room. There are 3 computers and loose loot spawns for tech items. And then there's this little room in the back that also has high value items. So a lot of players will rush this room specifically and then get out of Idea. In the middle is a big open area, some medical rooms. Killa, we talked about Sherman on Woods as a scout boss. Killa spawns on Interchange. What we're worried about today is this store right here. Coming in, this is the front over here. So this is the back of the mall, but to the right of the map. This is called Goshen. and that's the supermarket. So we're looking at Jaeger's task. We need a bunch of food. We need to go shopping in the supermarket. So this is going to be our home for today. Another second note, behind Goshen, there's like this, see this wall here, this back area with all these kind of brown spots. These are bags and toolboxes and random loot spawns. Really good for hardware items as well. There's shelves all along this hallway back here behind Goshen. So besides like going through Ollie in the back of Ollie, you can get to the back of Goshen and get a lot of nice hardware items. Really, really helpful early wipe. Like when a wipe first comes up, really popular area for both scavs and players to just run it as loot along the back of Goshen and then get out. You'll get a lot of crafting items, a lot of barter items that you can trade with traders for guns and armor, and a lot of hideout upgrade items you can get in the back of Goshen. So we might spend some time in the back of Goshen today, but our primary focus is going to be food, and that's going to be in Goshen in this corner over here. And we'll see all of this in Raid. I'll explain it as we're doing it, but I wanted to give you an overview of Interchange. Before you go into a map, this is what you should be doing. You should be looking at the map, getting your bearings, make a game plan before we jump in. So we know where we're going, we know what we need, let's get into it. If you guys remember, I talked before, you should be using your scav every single time it comes up. There's a difference. Like people might only scav and never use their PMC, but then your PMC will never level. All the experience that you get from your PMC or your scav are specific for that character. Whatever you do on your scav will not count for your PMC. So leveling your skills and gaining experience are specific to each one. What I recommend, what we talked about in episode 3, and I still recommend, is starting with offline raids on your PMC after you've reviewed the map. Get your bearings, kind of get an idea of where you are. You can also use your scav to explore different maps, and that's very, very helpful early on. However, I will caution you not to only use your scav and never use your PMC, because then when you want to use your PMC, you have no experience on it, you have no levels, and it's going to be a little tougher time. So to start, go offline PMC or use your scav until you're comfortable with the map, and then start using your scav for the quicker runs. That quick factory run that we did in episode 2. And by then you're comfortable with it. You do a quick scav run, make sure you top up your money, get whatever gear you can, and then jump back onto your PMC and do most of the stuff that you want to do on your PMC because you're just leveling your character that way. Now, if you've had, a bad run of luck and you're dying a lot on your PMC, then absolutely, by all means, jump on a scav and go look for the items that you need that can be found in Raid for your quest or for your hideout. Early on, use your scav a lot. I highly recommend it, on new maps. As you get on through the wipe, maybe your second wipe, you don't need to use your scav as thoroughly. Quick scav run and majority of your time on PMCs. But that will come with time as you get more comfortable with the game, as comfortable as one can get with Tarkov. So all that being said, if this was my main account and I was just playing on my own, what I would do right now is I would do a quick scav run on Factory, top up my money, loot a couple boxes like we did in episode 2, and get out, and then use my PMC on Interchange. However, in episode 3, I did say we were going to scav in an Interchange, and I would show you how to grocery shop and try to avoid fights using VoIP and things like that. So that's what we're going to do. But from now on, what I will be doing is I'll be doing the quick scav runs and trying to use my PMC for as much as possible. Again, I recommend to you, use your scav as much as you want. If you want to use your scav to find all the items you want and only use your PMC for the specific quest that you need to, or even just sparingly use it, that's fine, because again, we are all beginners here. That's completely okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Later on, when you get comfortable, you can implement the quick scav long PMC strat. All right, so we're going to scav run an Interchange, and we're going grocery shopping. It's weird time, 5 p.m. or 5 a.m. It's either dawn or dusk. I guess we'll just go dusk, and you can see what it's like. The lighting in these times is very weird. It'll probably get dark while we're in the raid. That's okay. Interchange is one of the few maps that nighttime doesn't really matter, as long as you can find your way into the mall. It is hard to see when it's night and you're outside the mall. Once you get inside, it doesn't really matter. Not a lot of light comes in the mall anyway. Interchange during the day, inside the mall is very dark anyway. You almost always want a flashlight when you're running Interchange, for example. So it's not that big of a deal, but you'll see what dusk can look like and how sunset can look like with these kind of weird 5, 6, well, 5 will probably be light enough. Maybe that 6, 7 p.m. time frame or a.m. as the sun is rising. Okay, we're in. That is a scav. You can kind of just tell by the way he's running. I'm looking around. I'm trying to get my bearing. So this is the parking garage. So we're underneath the mall right now. We're next to Idea. Okay, so I'm just going to run. These make a lot of noise. These escalators. But this is the front of Idea. Which if you're looking at the map is a little weird. We are just going to go I want to get to Goshen as quickly as possible because we are just grocery shopping. 4, 5, 6 for our meds because why not? That SJ1 is worth a little bit. It's about 60 or 70k, I think, on the flea market, which we don't have access to the flea market still, remember? But we can hold it or send it to or sell it to a therapist, who is the trader that will buy our medical items. I think I remember you hit shift to sprint, and I'm just W keying. But we spawned in front of Idea, ran towards the middle of the mall a little bit, and we're going to go through this little bathroom right here, and we're going to end up in Goshen. We're going to go grocery shopping. This is a shotgun. It's like a revolver shotgun situation. I remember you press B to change your fire rate. It has single fire or double action. If you left Alt and hit B, it will just check it. Wait, so if it goes, I'll make it go away first so you can see how it... Alt and B, and it'll just tell you what your fire rate is. I remember in last episode we were having a little trouble with my Alt and Control. I figured out what happened. So they are appropriately mapped. I was just a little bit stupid. So food can spawn in all of these shelves, all the shelves technically. But back here on the left, my left, as you come into the front, this is the front of the store. As you come in the front of the store to the left, this is the most populous area for food and drink. If you need food and drink for a quest, or you run out of food and drink in your stash, this is a great way to come in here and just snag up some stuff. Anything you need. They could be in these little coolers here. I'm just going to run along and see if I see anything. Oh, there's a player over there. Hello? Hey, man. I'm just grocery shopping.
Hey, what's up? There's not much here. There's like little Tashankas, but that's about it.
Well, I just started, so I just unlocked Jaeger, so I just need like the croutons and Iskra and beef stew for his first quest. I'm just looking around for that.
What was it again? Sorry, I was...
No, it's just the first quest for Jaeger. I just unlocked him, so I'm just looking for that stuff.
Gotcha, I don't have anything for him.
Oh, that's all good. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I'll just look around.
Yeah, good one.
You too. See, very wholesome. Scav. Oh, look, a motor. I'll just grab that, because why not? I can drop it later if we don't need it. Very wholesome. You can tell that guy was a scav. Just from his loadout, he did not have a typical player loadout. And also, as soon as I saw the flashlight, I took a step back because I couldn't tell what he was wearing. Once I could tell what he was wearing and he looked like a scav, I voiped just to talk to him, tell him that I'm also a scav and what I'm doing. You just avoid a fight that way. If you just go in guns blazing, remember, if you kill a scav, you lose scav rep with fence, and your scav karma goes down and things like that. And I'm just looking on like with my peripherals to look for food. He did tell us we're probably not going to find much here because, like, he just told us there's not much. But might as well. I don't think people would be picking up croutons. So I'm just looking along the shelves. As I run down this shelf, here's some water. Let's grab that. No space. Let's drop. Okay, we can pick up the water now. We'll end up dropping that motor. Early on, you guys should be searching and looting everything. Even if you take it and drop it, you should be looting everything. If you have space for it, take it and sell it. Easy money. But if you're not going to keep it, still take it and then just drop it with the delete button. Because it will level up your charisma. Oh, that's the wrong button. The wrong button. B used to be my crouch. And it's C now, so. Oh, he says there's a bunch of Tushanka. So you do need these little Tushankas, these little guys. Can of beef stew small. There's a quest for, I want to say it is therapist. Something wares. Minimal wares or something like that. Where you need 15 of them. So we'll just snag them for later. Again, remember if you look at that, hello? I heard somebody walking around. That's okay. We'll go back here. If we die, whatever. We don't have anything we particularly need. General wares. That's what it's called. That quest does not actually lead on to other quests. So you can kind of take your time doing it. There's no rush to actually doing it. You can just do it naturally as you find food. For Jaeger, we need the tall cans of beef stew. There's big cans of Tushanka. So we are going to was shooting outside by the extract. Oh, there's something. That. We don't know what that is. I think that's humpback, though. Kinda off the cuff without actually looking at it. Herring. That's close. As you level up and later on, when if you have more space in your stash, there is a barter trade for a... It's called a holodilnik, which is a container that can hold a shitload of food. We won't worry about that right now, though. We're very far off. So this is the back of Goshen I was telling you about. So we didn't find much food over there. So we're going to come to the back of Goshen and loot some of those bags and all those hardware items I was telling you about. Because we didn't find a lot of the food we're looking for, we might as well look for anything else we can. So I'm going to come all the way to the back. On the map, this will be in the top right corner of the map. And I'm just going to look for these shelves. So here's a screwdriver. God, I keep pressing V because it's my old crouch button. A flat screwdriver. We don't need that for anything. So I also don't have space for it. And I don't want to drop anything. Actually, we dropped. Delete to drop. Oh, I don't like delete to drop. We may end up rebinding drop because delete is just very far away from my hand. Thus far, we have not rebound anything. Hand drill. We need one of those later on, but it's 6 slots for that guy. This is a pair of pliers. We'll take that, because why not? Remember, you just be snagging everything, and you can find a use for just about everything. Oh, we're not on our PMC. Remember we wrote the our shopping list, but it's on our PMC. Because we're on a scav, we don't have access to all that. There is a toolbox around here as well, right here. We have 10 minutes left in the raid, as you can see in the top right. And we're just looking for, somebody's looted this. You can tell if somebody's looted it if there's empty slots in the thing. I'm going to take that white tape, or duct tape. I keep calling it white tape because Pestily calls it white tape. I'm going to leave that flashbang because I don't care about it. And I'm going to take that flash screwdriver because I feel like we need that for something. With this duffel bag. Need a bigger backpack. Anything that looks like a box is lootable. So that box is a weapon box. That's lootable. There's another weapon box over there. I'm not bothering because we have no space. I'm looking for, some particular items. That's another long and flat screwdriver. There's a toolbox right here. And again, this is great for barter items, hideout items, anything like that. Pack of screws. I think that's worth a bit. Got this bandage. Not because I don't think I'll need it. Oh, we need measuring tape. I think we dropped this water. We have a few bottles of water in our stash. And I'm pretty sure we need measuring tape. That wrench. I don't remember if we need what hardware items we need. Nothing on these shelves. Anything over here? Nope. Over here. Nope. Oh, there's something. Zibbo. I don't believe we need a Zibbo for anything. Take this toolbox here. We'll end up dropping the herring and the soury if we need something. AA battery. Why do I feel like we need a AA battery for something? Ugh. This is the one bad thing of having your shopping list on your PMC. I don't remember everything we actually need. So we're just going to make our way towards the extract now. Because, I mean, we have a small backpack, and it's basically full. There's a little grenade box right here. If you get, like, an impact grenade, they're worth a lot. Even though we don't have the flea market yet. I remember if we double tap O, we could see what extracts are available to us. We are in our scav. We'll go to the Emercom extract, and that is in that back corner over there. Gonna jump over here, because, ow, oh, that was a stupid idea. I broke my legs. Okay, we are going to limp very slowly to the extract. Don't do that. If you're going to jump down, what I try to do is you could jump on the ledge, and then run to the end of the fence, and then jump, and then just kind of like run down, and you won't break your legs. My jump took me over the edge, and landed instead of onto the edge, and that's why I broke my legs. Don't do that. It's probably going to take us all 7 minutes to get there. Yeah, I don't know. We could put like the little, like the Looney Tunes, like and speed this up as I limp to the extract. Actually, while we're limping to the extract, this is a good time to talk about stashes. So hidden stashes, they're technically Jaeger stashes, hidden stashes, you know, whatever you want to call it. There is one right here, so I figured we could take this opportunity to talk about them. especially on Interchange, all the stashes are outside the mall. And most of the action, as we discussed earlier, happens inside the mall. So you won't always find people outside the mall. This one has been opened. You can see it says close. I'm just going to close it and open it in case I left something behind. Jaeger stashes can spawn, I'm fairly certain, any item in the game. That one was empty. It was looted. I just double checked. They can spawn anything. You can get armors out of it. You can get guns out of them. You can get ammo, food, barter item, literally anything. So it's high variance. It's RNG, certainly. It's completely random. But it could be pretty low risk to run along the woods on the outside of the mall and go around and just hit the stashes, loot what you can, and get out. I particularly like the Interchange stash run because you can stay on the outside of the mall, you can protect yourself, and you can hit a fairly good amount. You can hit like 10 to 12 stashes, depending on where you spawn and what route you take. You can get about 10 to 12 stashes, which will fill up a big backpack and a rig, and get some decent money out of it. And it only takes you about 10 minutes. So I quite like the Interchange stash run. It's something I would use on my Scav a lot early on. I wouldn't do those quick factory runs. I would use my Scav to do stash runs, or my PMC to do stash runs if I just had a run of bad luck. And here we're in the Emercon extract now. So we'll go over that in a later episode, but it's something that I quite like. Okay, so a semi-successful scav run. We didn't find all the items we wanted. We needed some specific food items. We didn't get them, but we survived and we got a bunch of stuff. You can see here, I did one scav run off camera, and this is everything I got out of it, and I kept it so you guys could see. So I'm just gonna remember hold control, and I'm just gonna click every single thing. Click every single thing. I put it all in my stash, and there we go. Didn't have to shoot anybody. We ran into one person, but we were able to talk to him and diffuse the situation. Didn't have to fight him and get out. So the first thing I'm going to do is all these hardware items. I don't remember if we need them or not. So I'm going to go to our shopping list and see if we needed any of that stuff. So we needed a duct tape. We got that. We needed a measuring tape. We got that. So I'm going to delete these two. That's perfect. Duct tape and measuring tape. Brick toilet paper. No. Oh, we needed a pack of screws. So we're done. We need 9 more of those. We did not need a AA battery. I don't remember why I thought we needed a AA battery. But now that we have those items, let's see if that unlocks an upgrade for us or if we need something else. Then we can get rid of those items instead of having to save them. We can unlock security. So security needed just the measuring tape and 20,000 rubles. We have that. We will construct that. And level 2 needs a WD-40 small, elite pliers, and a TNT brick. So we're going to add this now to our shopping list. We also need illumination, which needs a crickent. Oh, it was a Zibbo that we found, not a crickent. Okay, so we're able to unlock security. Great, awesome. Now that means we still need the pack of screws and we still need the duct tape. We did not need the wrench or the flat screwdriver or the pliers. I don't remember what those are for. But a little bit of quick research. The wrench and the screwdrivers and the pliers you could use for barter trades, or there are hideout upgrades like level 2 upgrades that we're a little far from. So I'm just going to sell them because we don't particularly need them right now. Remember, we do need that knife though. And that knife for later on. I think everything else we will just sell. I think that APM was quite good. We'll keep that. No, let's sell that. Yeah, we'll sell everything. One note on guns. When you get guns out of Scav, their durability matters. I believe Mechanic will only buy guns that are above a 60 durability. You can see he can't buy that item. So when that happens, just disassemble it. Right click and disassemble. It'll break it apart into its pieces and sell everything you can. And you'll have to sell this part, which is the actual gun, to Fence, because he's the only one who buys stuff that nobody else wants. Okay. So, oh wow, we are like already running out of room. Yeah. So let's sell all this stuff. So first things first, Ragman can have all of our clothes and things like that. Yeah, that packers are garbage. Sell all that. We'll go therapist. We'll buy all these random items. And the food. Oh, we'll keep that. Remember, I'm just control clicking. Oh, we need that again. And if you right click this can of beast, it'll cancel it and put it right back there. Remember, I'm just control clicking all of this stuff. Just control click to send it over there automatically. We'll keep this. I'll debate about keeping those because these Tashankas are really not hard to find. And that quest is a little far off. And I'm not sure it's worth keeping them the whole time. If we run short on space, those Tashankas we will sell just for the slots. So Fence takes that because he doesn't care what quality anything is. And I'm just gonna click through here right quick and think about what we're gonna do next episode. Okay, so that's it for this episode. A shorter one today, which I think is good. Just showing you that you can diversify your scav, use your scav on different maps to learn them in conjunction with your PMC offline raids and studying the maps on the wiki to get your feeling for them. And as you get more and more comfortable, use your PMC more so that you're building more experience on your PMC, even to do your grocery shopping like that. On your scav, don't be afraid to use VoIP if you can, and try to avoid fighting if you can, especially if you know that they're a scav. You know, like we did with that guy we saw at the grocery store in Goshen. Talk him down and go along your way. So after thinking about it a little bit, in episode 5, we're going to be on our PMC, and I'm going to do a PMC interchange stash run to show you what I mean, how we can have low risk, minimize our fights and our engagements, but still try to come out with a lot of loot. And we'll study the map a little closer so you can see the route we're going to take and the stashes we're going to hit and what kind of items we can get out of it. So that will be episode 5. That'll be the only thing we do, and we'll cross our fingers and hope we get some good luck and some good RNG and get some of the items that we need, not only for our quests, but I really need to find a syringe so we can unlock the med station in our hideout and start crafting those Salewas, the therapist quest as well. So thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, like and comment. Even if it's just to say hi, please leave a comment. I greatly appreciate it. Also, if you haven't subbed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. I appreciate it. I will see you guys the next time. I'm Tarkov for Dummies. And until then, stay real, stay sexy, stay real sexy. Carry on. Out.